Welcome everyone. Welcome. Come on in and thanks for joining us today. For those of you who, I guess most of you who have never seen my face, my name is Maude Picotte. I am the Communications and Community Outreach Manager at French division of Obesity Matters, which is called Parlons Obésité. So today I am here. I am delighted to have the honor to kick off the very first session of our 2026 Wellness Workshop series on the topic of this session, which is weight loss. What we get wrong. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are ready to dive in because for sure we are, and we have a very special guest for you.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for having me. I've been working with Preeti for a long time on so many different projects in obesity. I spent majority of my career learning about what the evidence is. Few of us kind of spend probably 100 to 150 hours of our day going through every single clinical trial, every single research article that's been published and peer-reviewed to understand what works and what doesn't work in obesity. Those same majority, some of those people still felt like it was all in their control and their fault. So there's still this disconnect of really understanding what is happening and why, and how that pertains to me in my own lived experience. And behavioral therapy is exactly that. It's learning about what is happening to me in my body and why, so that I can feel more confident. You know, I love that we kind of framed it that way because we still have lots of work to do and we still have lots to learn. But there's 190 of you on this call that are here spending your time doing that. So I'm just very grateful to be part of this initiative.
Many people grew up hearing that weight loss is simply about eat less and move more, right? So from your perspective, what do we often get wrong about weight loss?
The biggest way to summarize the misinformation that leads to the biggest challenge is this idea that we feel like we can control how much we weigh. And that narrative isn't something we made up in our minds. We've been told that forever. Our weight is just another variable or biology dictated to us by our age, weight, gender, genetics, and environment plays a role. But for so long, we've been told that this is something we can do something about and directly have the outcome we want if we want it hard enough. We want it the most. That's where the shame and blame comes from, because it's like, well, in my past experience, I did do it before, maybe. Right? I was able to control it in the past. Why can't I just do that and have the same outcome? That's the part we can't control. Medications are targeting the biology, the genetics, the hormones, the things we can't control. And then we need to give you the tools and the support through behavioral therapy to control the things you can. And that's where it's the combination of these two things that make you have the best outcome.
Could you explain some of the biological and psychological factors that influence weight? You said there's the part of behavioral and there's also the genetics. So could you describe those for us and tell us how they influence weight in ways that maybe people don't necessarily realize?
All chronic diseases have an organ system. The main organ system that we are targeting is the brain. That's the main pathology or problem in obesity. And in the brain, it is the appetite system that needs to be targeted in order for treatment to work. And so if our treatment does not target our appetite system and stop this cycle from happening, inevitably, we will regain weight, because you can't actually live a sustainable life when you're actively hungry and constantly subconsciously thinking about food.
It makes sense, looking at if we are targeting the brain to have that multi-dimensional approach of we cannot just do only eat less and move more. Yet that's what we're still being told and can control. Yeah. And we got to remember also that this isn't going to happen overnight, right? We've been doing the same things over and over for years, having the same thoughts that come in and roll into our heads, and they keep coming back and coming back. So it's not going to change overnight. And I guess it's a little hard also to both try and better ourselves and work on triggers and work on what we want to control, or what we can control rather.
So, never give up. I started at nearly 500 pounds. I've come a long way, but I still need to keep on going. So finding out what the triggers are, what's going to happen. But if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world.
Thank you so much, Megha. Thank you, everyone, for being here.